All right, good morning, class. Today is Thursday, February the 3rd. We're going to do our warm up. I'm going to introduce our new unit, which is really called a cluster. What's wrong, baby? Oh, sorry to hear that, okay? Hopefully it'll get better as the day go by. Did you eat breakfast? Okay. Water? You drink water? Okay. Okay. Intro to Cluster 4, which is an extension of what we've been doing. So it's going to appear as though it's the same kind of stuff because it is. Okay, we're just going to be comparing slopes, rates of change, and we're going to be reading some graphs. Really, this is a very quick unit. We'll be finished with this unit in no time, and we'll be moving to Unit 5, okay? Or Cluster 5. I'm so used to saying units, they have changed the name to clusters. All right, so in doing that, we're going to do some practice with comparing. We're comparing M and B. We've already started doing that in the warm-up. Okay, so that it won't seem like it's brand new. We're finishing up the packet tonight. You have Thursday's homework. That's the last set of homework problems that you have. I am not creating a homework help video for that purposely because I want to know what you know at this point. You have the other homeworks to help guide you to answer the questions. Yes, sir. What's wrong? What's wrong? Okay, can you please make that quick? All right, so purposely no homework help video today. You will have, as stated earlier in the week, you will have a quiz. The quiz is going to be on systems, okay, systems of equations, which is what we've been working on for the last couple weeks. And then some of the review problems, things that we've done in our homework, I've also decided to put some stuff in on that as well, okay? So please go over your homework problems as well as what we've been doing in class. Are there any questions about that? We don't have homework on Friday. Remember that is your time to make up work. Already, if you haven't finished your already, you need to finish the already for homework. The diagnostic for math. Okay, that needs to be completed by tomorrow. So please, I've been warning you all week, right? Okay. Every day we've said the same thing. So please, or I've said the same thing. So now the rubber meets the road. We need to get it done. Okay. All right. Are there any questions? I cannot guarantee that you will have any time in class to do already, which is why we did it Monday. So you'll know where you stand. You have the whole week to plan to get it done. And we also spent 7th period on Tuesday. I cannot guarantee that I'm able to give you any time in class on Friday, okay? Being that we have a quiz. Please make sure that you get that done. Let's take out our planner so we can write our homework. Okay? So here on Thursday, we have math homework and finish already. And we're talking about the already diagnostic. How you spell diagnostic, y'all? DIAGONST. Diagnostic? No. You know, it's too many people talking at the same time. Don't worry. It's okay. It's too many people. I don't even know what y'all saying. It sounds like rah, 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 rah. So, we know what you mean. Yeah. So make sure you finish that, okay? If you did your homework last night, please make sure that you check off that you did your homework and that you watched the homework help video if you watched the homework help video, okay? All right. Anyone still writing in their planner? Check it off. Make sure that you do that. Please make sure, because this is what I'm checking your work off of. Yes, baby. Thursday, the 3rd, okay? This is an easy grade. An easy grade. I gave you one, right? Do you remember where it's located? Okay. Make sure you bring it back. You probably need to maybe leave that. All right, let's look at the warm up. We're gonna go ahead and mark out this. I thought I was gonna have time to go back and do it, but I'm not. So mark that one out. You should already have Monday, Tuesday completed, those two. Wednesday, remember if you're absent, just watch the video, okay? You should have Wednesday completed. And so now we're working on Thursday. Okay? Here we go. Write an equation of a function that has less slope but higher y-intercept for the function below. So we're writing an equation that is smaller than this, that has less slope. Okay, so y equals, what's a number? Provide a number that is smaller, that has a smaller slope than 4.5. 1.2. Okay, 1.2x. That'll work. And then it says a higher y-intercept. What's a number that has a higher y-intercept than 1? 2. Okay, so that's an example that you could use. Second problem. Any questions about how we did that? Second problem, Paisley can send 5 text messages per minute. So that means that M is equal to 5 text messages per minute. Okay, it's a positive 5 because you're receiving 5 texts per minute. The table shows how fast Zen can text. What is the difference between the two? So you have to find the slope of the table, find the rate for the table, and then subtract the two rates to see the difference between. Difference means subtraction. So find the slope for or rate for Zen and then subtract the amounts. We know Paisley can text 5 per minute. So now we need to see how much Zen can text per minute. So we're going to use the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And let's pick, remember, like we did in the previous example from yesterday, let's pick 2 easy points from the table. All right, what's one of the easy points from the table? Just looking at the table. 2, 6 is easy. And give me another ordered pair that. Say again, baby. I'm sorry. 4 and 12. You can use those. You can use any 2 points you want, but I'm suggesting that you use numbers that are smaller. Okay. All right. So now we want to label. Okay. You need a pencil. All right. So this is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. Okay. So now let's substitute these points in. All right. Jalen, what would I put on the top? What minus what?
12 minus 6.
12 minus 6. Good job. What would I put on the bottom? Yes.
4 minus 2.
4 minus 2. Good job. On the top, 12 minus 6. What does that give me? Yes. 6. And on the bottom, what does that give me on the bottom? Go ahead, baby. That gives me 2. So let's simplify this. What's 6 divided by 2? So he texts 3 texts per minute. So now we got to find the difference between the two. So how do you find the difference between the two? What are we going to do? Subtract. What are we subtracting? What are we subtracting? Yes. What are we subtracting?
5 and 3.
5 and 3. 5 is the number of that's why you got to pay attention. 5 is the number of text messages Paisley can text per minute, and 3 is the number of text messages that Zen can text per minute. It's asking you for the difference between their text rates, okay? And how fast they actually text. So you're going to say 5 minus 3. What's the difference in them? What's the difference? Say again, baby. 2. It's 2. The difference is 2. Okay? Paisley texts 2 more text messages than Zen. The difference is 2. Okay? Please go ahead and mark out the Friday one. You can go ahead and submit your Wednesday tonight. If not, Wednesday, your warm up tonight if you want to. If not, I will give you a little class time, okay, tomorrow. All right, Thursday's homework. Thursday's homework. Rotation is one of the transformations that mean turn. So rotation means to turn. You're turning an object on the coordinate plane. You're either going to turn it clockwise, CW, or counterclockwise, CCW. Clockwise is to the right. Counterclockwise is to the left. Okay? How many times you turn it? 90 degrees is one turn. 180 degrees is 2 turns. 270 degrees is 3 turns. And 360 degrees is like it never moved. That's 4 turns. Okay? Finding the slope, when given 2 points, you label and you use the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Slope-intercept form, remember, when an equation is written in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, m tells you the slope. That's the number that's attached to x. And your b is the number that does not have a variable attached to it. That's your y-intercept, your starting amount. This is your table, and you're to graph the points. This is 1 through 9. So let's see. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Those are your x values. Mm-hmm. Your y values are going up by 2s. So we got started 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. So now here, it has 1, 3, 5, 7. So now you have to figure out, you see how it's going up by, that's just 2 here, then it's 2 here, then it's 2 here, 2 here. Okay, so in order to find the slope, you need to use the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Make sure that you choose 2 good points. Okay, it doesn't matter which 2 points you choose, but you take those 2 points from the table so that you can find your M. Substitute and find your M. And then that will tell you how much it will cost for 1. Please reduce your answer or divide to make sure that you know that that's the price for 1. And you might get a decimal as an answer. Any questions about the homework?
Miss Reyes, we're done.
Okay, thanks, babe. Any questions about the homework? All right. Okay, put this in your what I want to say, folder. Okay, and take out your interactive notebook. And then we're gonna go to the restroom. Pause for the calls. Okay, so Please make sure that you paste or that you have pasted down the maze from yesterday. If you haven't pasted the maze down, please do that at this time. Raise your hand if you need glue to paste it down.
Oh, yeah.
Pass it back. Pass it back, please. Can you catch it? Pass it just like that. That's behind you. Okay. So let's glue. Let's glue down the maze. You should have completed it on yesterday. Please make sure you glue down the maze. This is page 4. This is page number 4. Okay. This that we're getting ready, and I should have just went on past that glue sticks. This is going to be page 5. And let's write at the top of this page. This is going to be Intro to Cluster 4, Q3, quarter 3, page 5. Intro to Cluster 4. Okay. Intro to Cluster 4. And we're going to paste this down. Pause for the calls. All right, good people. Shh, come on, Leah. We got to get past it, okay, baby? All right, so this is kind of the schedule that we're going to be, doing our concepts. So you can kind of see there what we're doing. Okay, so let's make page number 6. This is Q3, page 6. I'm not talking about grades right now, okay? That's been up forever. It's your fault if you hadn't looked at it already. Them grades been in for 3 weeks now. Well, you should have been looking at it.
No, what?
All right, here we go. Page 6, linear, nonlinear. Linear, nonlinear. Yes. No.
Because this section changed before it.
Well, you're gonna have to do that on your own time. Right now, this is more important. You need to do that on your own time. Go at lunch. All right, linear. He's not going right now. He can do that at lunch. It's not that serious. They're not gonna do nothing. All they're gonna do is refer you back to your teacher. It's a waste of time. Jaden. That's all they're gonna do is refer you to your teacher, honey. All right, linear equation. The smaller word in linear is line. So a linear equation are equations that graph straight lines. Stop laughing at him. He's concerned.
He's concerned about his grades.
It's not. You just gotta do it at a good time. Shh, Chloe, leave him alone. Shh. Nonlinear is equations that do not graph straight lines, okay? Oh, let me do some examples underneath before I write this one. Let's do some examples underneath. Okay? All right, so let's do some graphs. All right, so we're making some coordinate planes. We got 4 examples of what a linear equation looks like, okay? And all of these are going to be straight lines. So you have straight lines that go up, straight lines that go down, straight lines that are horizontal, it's from left to right, and straight lines that are vertical, they go up and down. Okay. Tater, you saying something? I have no idea what you're saying. You're mumbling. What's wrong, baby?
You need to copy down his words.
Okay. Now you know how we feel when you rush us. Okay. So we have positive slope, negative slope, zero slope, undefined slope. Okay. These are all examples of linear equations, equations that graph straight lines. These are all straight lines. So let's do non-linear, non meaning not. So if it's non-linear, it's not a straight line. These are equations that do not graph straight lines. Non-linear equations are equations that do not graph straight lines. Equations that do not graph straight lines. All right. So let's do some examples of what they look like. Okay. These are going to look like this. Any line that does not form a perfect straight line is nonlinear. Hold on, okay? All right, so any line that does not form a straight line is nonlinear. So I'm going to draw some. If it's not a straight line, it's nonlinear. Squiggly lines, zigzag, ziggler. Ziggler. That's what. Ziggler. Zigzag lines. Any kind of line that is not a straight line is nonlinear. Okay? Any line. Bye, sweetheart.
I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, babe. If it's not a straight line, it is non-linear. These are some examples. And I'm pause for the calls. All right. This is page 7. It was just more straight lines, but this is what it looks like.
Yeah, that's ready. Oh, my leg has a crack.
Oh, thank you.
Did I already do this?
They're all crooked.
Yeah, but
It's a refresh.
It's a, yeah, guys, at the beginning of clusters, they all supposed to kind of connect. So this is just a recap, okay? So when we get into the bulk of what we need to do, you won't say, oh, I forgot about that. Well, we're doing it right now. So come on. Yes. I mean, to me, to my little ears.
What did you say?
Hater. You know what I meant. I know. All right. I forbid. The teacher makes a mistake. When you make a mistake, you want me to forgive you immediately. Give me 100 when I deserve a 0. All right. Comparing slopes. And y-intercept. And this is all for linear functions. And remember, we just talked about linear functions or equations. They are straight lines. Okay? So we're comparing linear functions or linear equations of straight lines. All right? If it's a linear function, you could see it as a graph. You could see it as a table. Okay? You could see it written as an equation and even a word problem. So let's look at that. So let's do the equation first. That's the easiest to identify. With the linear equation, an example could be y is equal to 2x plus 5 With the equation, your slope of this equation is the number that is attached to the x. So your slope here, or your m, is going to be 2. This is your slope. Your y-intercept is going to be the number that is not attached to x, and your y-intercept is going to be positive 5. So this is your slope, and this is your y-intercept. Any questions about that? What's your question, baby?
Wait, so you're saying it's non-linear?
Say again.
It's actually non-linear.
The y-intercept. The y-intercept is the 5. And all of these, Jaden, all of these are going to be linear. We're going to stick with linear, okay? Okay. So now we're going to look at table, a linear table. All right. X and Y. All right, let's suppose that we have here, let's start with the number 5, and let's go up by 2. So if we're going up by 2 every time, what's this next number going to be if we're going up by 2?
7.
It's going to be 7. What's the next number going to be? 9. What's the next number going to be? 11. This is a linear function because it's going up by the same number every single time. That's the table. What's going to be the rate that it's going up by? It's a positive number, but what is it going up by every time? That's my slope. Okay, that's what's going up by every time. If you don't know how to get the slope, you're using y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And you're going to substitute the values, okay? What two points do you feel are going to be the easiest 2 points to use in this table? 0 and 5 and 1 and 7. So let's label x1, y1, x2, y2. So what are we going to put on the top? What minus what? 7 minus 5. Good job, y'all. What are we going to put on the bottom? 1 minus 0. Okay. So 7 minus 5, what does that give us? 2. And then 1 minus 0, what does that give you? 1. So do you see how my answer here becomes, the slope becomes 2? Okay. Now we're looking for B, or the y-intercept. Your B is going to be where x is equal to 0. Your B is going to be where x is equal to 0. Where is x equal to 0? Right here at 5. You see? This is my B. So that's my y-intercept. Abbreviating y-intercept. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, good people. Let's do the graph next. Shh. Talk about it later. Go to that person later, okay, y'all? Please. Now it's not the time. I can't help you with those. I mean, if you will need to talk to me about math, that's different. We can talk about it when I finish this. But you're gonna have to wait to talk to your other teachers, okay? And don't go attacking them. First thing you go in, and don't do that. That's not good. All right, so let's do this. We're gonna graph some points. Let's graph 0, 0. Let's do 1, 1, 2, 2, 3 and up 3, 4 and up 4. Okay. Go down 1 over 1, negative 1, 1, negative 2, negative 2, negative 3, negative 3. This forms a straight line. Okay, so let's look at the straight line. Let's identify what our slope is. When you're finding the slope of a graph, you use rise over run. So if I'm starting here, I go up 1 over 1. So my slope is positive 1 over positive 1, which is equal to just 1. Very good. So slope here is 1. My y-intercept, my B, is where the line crosses the y-axis. This is my B. The y-intercept, or B, is 0 because it crosses the y-axis at 0, where line cross y-axis. My B is 0. And this is my graph. Okay, so we did equations, we did tables, and we did graphs. All right, so let's look at the last kind, which are word problems. Let's say Peter makes $5 per hour. That's hardly nothing, right? Makes $5 per hour and receives $10 a day for gas. Okay. All right. So we got to figure out what our rate of change is, our M, and what our B is. What's our M or our rate here, or slope? Slope and rate are the same thing. Slope / rate. What is our M here? 5. It's $5 per hour. Okay. What's our starting amount or our y-intercept? This is our y-intercept / starting. It's 10. That's how much he's automatically making. And that's how you find the M and B for the word problems. You look for your rate and your starting amount. Thank you, Ms. Moore. Any questions about those? Is everybody okay? Your slope is the amount that is going up or down. Okay, it's the increase or the decrease. So since he's making $5 an hour, that's how much he's making every single hour. It's a positive 5 because every hour he's making $5. That's your slope. Your $10, he receives just $10 a day. That's it, just one $10. That's the starting amount. He automatically gets that $10. That's why B is the $10. We're gonna do that. We got time. We still got time. We still have time. All right, here we go. When you are comparing slopes, slopes, ignore your negative sign. You're just looking at the absolute value of the number. Okay? What's the which number has the highest absolute value is what you're looking for. You're ignoring the negative signs. The negative signs only tell you if it's increasing or decreasing, if the line is going up or the line is going down. So this is ignore negatives. It only tells you if there's an increase or decrease. Increase positive or decrease negative. Example, m is equal to a negative 6. This decreases by 6. M is equal to, let's say, a positive 4. This increases by 4. This slope is going to be steeper because it's decreasing at a faster rate than this increase, okay? So this slope is going to be steeper. Negative 6 slope is steeper because decreases at a faster rate. And I pretty basically ignored the negative and the positive. 6 is a bigger number than 4. So that's what makes it steeper. Any questions about that? Are y'all okay? What? What's wrong? You keep saying that. We're going to have to talk about that because he's a really nice guy.